Good evening. This is back again. After a long absence from YouTube's because, well, I got lazy. And, one of my New Year's resolutions was blog three times a week. So this is the first one, three for this month. Well, not 3 times a week, it was 3 times this month. So, yeah. Number one! Awesome! And that's one in binary, too. Isn't that awesome? So, yeah, I basically haven't been up to much. I've been work and coming home and going back to work again and coming home and going back to work again. Getting completely fucking sick of it. I think today I set my record for the shortest amount of time it takes a customer to bitch at me in a shift. Within my first hour, I had a lady go NATO at me over her fucking champagne ham. She was all, oh yeah, I want 15 slices, it doesn't matter if they're whole or not, because I'm going to cut them up. I was like, okay, cool, got her slices, made it whatever price she wanted like, whatever. And then I started, because the champagne ham is basically a straight leg of pig. Someone's taken a pig, killed it, cut its leg off, preserved it, the way you'd treat these hams. I think it's like a Manuka cured type of pig leg, and then they send it to us, where we take this pig leg and skin it, cut the fat off, take the bone out, slice it up, and stick it in a cabinet for people to buy. And then, of course, because it's just a straight leg of pig, it's 100% meat, it doesn't have any extra stuff holding it together, it falls apart. We cut it across the grain, so it will fall apart across each bunch of muscles, for the meat muscles. And and there is pretty much, these slices were about this big. There is no way in hell this thing is going to hold together by itself. So I was sort of folding each group of 3 slices in half and putting it into the bag, and she's like, I want you to make it hold together. Can you just slide it all in there? I'm like, there's no way it's going to slide in there in one pretty perfect intact piece. You're buying the wrong kind of meat for that. And so she was all, and I was like, to keep on folding. She's like, get in there one go. And I'm like, look at my hands are like pretty, well, they're fairly small compared to what you would expect for me with my height and feet. So I was like, I've got small hands. This is 100%. This is not going to stick together by itself. I cannot. My hands are not big enough to pick up this like huge chunk of meat. It's like not big enough. And yeah, she just goes, rages at me and storms off. And I turn to the new 2IC, Mr. T, and I was like, I bet she's going to go complain, because she is the type of bitter, twisted old hag that would that basically makes herself feel better by bitching off at service staff wherever she goes. She didn't, which was a surprise, but, that's my work story for the day. Fuck. So tired, I just want 2 days off in a row. I haven't had, my last 2 days off in a row was Christmas Day and Boxing Day, I think. But yeah, anyway, well, Christmas. This is my brother's Christmas present. It's not, but it's finally finished. Bit of a screw up there that I just need to weave those ends in. But hat, yeah, me brother, typical scrawny white boy, wanted a black beanie for Christmas, so I was like, okay. Grabbed some nice warm Pasta Merino last time I was down at the mill shop and knitted this up. You can't really see with this camera. There'll be a better photo later. It's like a knit 2 purl 2 rib on an uneven number of stitches, but it comes with this pretty like spirally pattern, and it's all reversible. And I kind of don't want to give it to them now, but what the fuck would I do with a black beanie? I've got a billion hats already that I don't wear because it's summer, and yeah. For my little domino-y squares, I'm just showing you things to make up for the fact that what I have to talk about is just raging about being overworked. Oh, they're supposedly hiring new people this week. Supposedly. I mean, we are 4 people down, like, well, 5 if you count the person who's on holiday, because Chucky came back from her holiday up home. She lives in the North Island. She came back. She got 3rd-degree burns on her feet from sunburn. She went from like down south to up north, and it's a lot warmer up there because I don't know, I think they're closer to the equator, so they're warmer. even though like we get worse. Yeah, in New Zealand we have no ozone layer, you get real bad burns. So she had got like 3rd-degree burns on her feet, and then her family took her for like a walk along the beach in Raglan, in one of the scummier beaches in Raglan. So now her feet are all infected and nasty and gross. So we basically stuck her in front of a slicing machine for her shift and said, don't walk too much. But yeah, we're so. God, why am I talking about work? I'm showing you pretty things. I'm not talking about work. I'm showing you pretty things. Okay, my little domino squares. I made 3 and sewed them together. Ooh, aren't they pretty? They look like dragon scales. I totally want to make a whole bunch in like all these like greens and blues and overlap them, and maybe eventually make a gigantic plushy dragon that's like 3 meters long, which should of course be the work of massive stash busting in years and years and years, but who cares? I'd have a 3-meter long plushy dragon that I knitted myself. Yeah, one day, you know. What else is there? Oh, my knit kit. I love these things. Unfortunately mine is busted, you can see its tails hanging out there. I was playing with it on Christmas Day and gave it to someone else to play with, and they pulled the measuring tape bit out right to the end, and when they tried to wind it back in, they pressed down on the button too hard and broke it. This thing is amazing. It's got like measuring tape, it's got a little crochet hook in the side, which, well, crochet hook. I don't know how to crochet. I still haven't gone on the other New Year's resolution and learned how to crochet. Row counters, thread cutter. In the back there's like scissors and stitch markers and point protectors and the broken bits of the winding mechanism. The stitches I'm making, this is Miles, my boyfriend's ball bag, juggling ball bag that I've adapted from the Andy and Folk Knits book that I got out of the library. Sort of that hangs on the belt, balls go in there, juggling balls. This is inside out. This is opal, which is like fucking expensive, imported from Germany, sock and pullover yarn. This is from the Hobbycraft Crafts and something or other series, Crafts and Jobs, Handcrafts and Jobs or something. He's an accredited electrician. He's like got a Sparky certificate. I got him the electrician yarn. And this camera is a piece of crap, so you can't see the like amazing colours. Yeah, there will be good photos, and I really need to do like a massive photo dump on my craft blog or something, because I have not posted on there in probably since September of last year, and it's probably feeling all lonely and abandoned, like this poor little puppy out in the rain or something. And yeah, but anyway, I want to show you something I'm really proud of. I got all my cupcakes on this year. It's got cupcakes, and I wrote the cupcake song in there, and I put I found some stickers at the water photo today. So there's like Pinkie Pie and Sweetie Belle who were there for the song. Pinkie Pie was singing it to Sweetie Belle up here, and then there's Rainbow Dash over here from, well, the Cupcakes story. Yeah, I haven't read it, although I've seen some of the music videos for Cupcakes the musical, and it's pretty gruesome. Shit, I'm coming up to the end probably of what YouTube will let me upload now, so I'm just going to show you which will be the subject of a post coming up in the next few days. It's yarn that I span and plied myself on I span the 2 singles on my potato stick and then tried to ply them. You can see, tried to ply them and then succeeded in plying them, and it's come out quite nicely. It's lapsed, the white stuff is lapsed from the mill shop in Milton, which I'm not sure if it's going to be running anymore, and the coloured stuff was left over from the Wild Woolly weekend out at Quarantine Island down the harbour that I managed to get my mitts on some of the spares that other people didn't want, which is awesome. So I've been blathering on for far too fucking long, so I'm going to go and make another cup of tea and shrink this down so I can upload it, and should have, achieved 1 New Year's resolution so far. So you guys have a good night and a good weekend, and I'll be seeing you more often with my shitty webcam. So love you all and have a good night.